Do you feel it? Do you feel it, guys? I feel it. I feel it. It feels like time, damn it. For the top 12 running backs, flawless fantasy football. These are my top 12. Anthony Blake Jr. back at it with this banger. This is what everybody been waiting for. Top 5's mine. Not critiquing nobody else's, but we gonna jump right in it. First thing I want you all to know is, look, I base my information, my projections off of a few things. The team's commitment to you, the proneness to injuries, durability is up there for me. I don't care about how many passes you catch. I care about how many points you score, okay? So getting you a few extra receptions does not do it for my list. This is flawless fantasy football, and I'm about to give you my top 12. I didn't want to present them up here like this. Thought about different ways how to present it. Gonna make this short as possible, but detailed as possible. All right, I'm gonna bounce around a little bit. Wait to the end of the video so I can let you know who didn't make this list and why, okay? All right, let's first go with Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb. I'm putting Nick Chubb up here. I believe in Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is a monster, okay? Let's move this over a little bit. Nick Chubb is a monster. I believe in him. You know, he's finished as the running back 9 last year in half PPR, and he missed 4 games. You know, like I said before in an earlier video, had he played only 15 games, and if he missed only 1, he would end up number 4, tied with Aaron Jones, okay? Listen, dude's a monster. I don't expect him to miss 4 games this year. He'll finish above number 9. I have Nick Chubb here. He's with one of the best offensive lines in the league. Actually, the best offensive line in the league. Yes, yes. And guess what? I don't want to hear the Kareem Hunt issues, because when Kareem Hunt was starting for those 4 games, he didn't do much. Pretty pedestrian. Only awesome in 1 game, pedestrian in the rest. Okay? Nick Chubb. And also, I bet you didn't know that Nick Chubb had a cereal that's out right now. It's called Chubb Crunch. Yeah, check it out. See, that's me dropping nuggets on you. And it's flying off the shelves. There's only one place you can order it at. Nick Chubb, Chubb Crunch. See, y'all don't know nothing about that. Just stay with me though. Stay with me though. All right, let's go next. I'm going to go with, oh boy, who should I put up here? Number 9, Najee Harris. Okay? Simple and plain. Najee Harris, Pittsburgh, and Mike Tomlin specifically, he loves one running back. Loves one running back. And this young bull just gets at it. Offensive line ain't jacked. They have offensive weapons. But he's going to be the main guy. And I'm not going to knock him for it. Volume, even if he reaches 10 total touchdowns, that'll put him in the top 12. It'll be foolish for me not to have him in the top 10, in top 12 running backs. All right? Najee Harris. Next, we're going to go with, let's go with number 6, David Montgomery. All right? David Montgomery, finished number 4 running back last year. Number 4. And he started out very slow. A lot of people say, oh, well, Cohen wasn't there, so he got all the work. But guess what? Cohen still hurt. We've seen the best of Cohen, which really wasn't much. And he may not even start the year. Cohen's washed everybody. Okay? And the only other person there now is Damian Williams that played for Kansas City. But he also took the year off last year for COVID. So he hasn't played a whole season. Mark David Montgomery down. Mind you, none of the experts have David Montgomery as a running back 1. That means a top 12 running back. They have him around 15, 16, 17, sometimes a little bit later on the running back list. You know what? Know why? Because they're chumps and they're scared to go out on a limb because everybody else is doing the same thing. So when everybody else is wrong, guess what? The community doesn't call these guys out. David Montgomery, top 12 running back. All right? Simple and plain. Number 7. Let's go with let's not do that. Let's not spell him like that. I was gonna put his whole name up there for you all. I wasn't gonna put his government up there. But let's go with J.K. Dobbins. Real name, his mom named him Jacqueline, just for you all that didn't know. J.K. Dobbins, okay? J.K. Dobbins was a stud last year. Once they gave it to him, people say, oh, he was so dependent on the touchdowns. He scored 7 touchdowns in the past 6 weeks. Last 6 weeks, okay? People talk about Lamar. I don't care. Lamar's there. Lamar can run for 1,000 yards. He only throw for like 2,700. So give them air yards as far as I'm concerned. Lamar Jackson is not taking away goal lines, okay? They're not taking away goal lines. And he is the one. So stop talking about Gus Bus either. I don't want to hear Gus Bus or I reach through the screen. No Gus Bus. J.K. Dobbins will be a top 12 running back this year. Done. No one else has him as their number 1 running back in the top 12. No one other than me. Okay? YouTube doesn't lie about these timestamps. This is going to be a critical video. Okay? Next person, who are we going to go with next? Ah, man, let's put number 8 up there. Love this guy. Little bit concerned about his toe, Antonio Gibson, but guess what? Dude is a monster. Didn't even play running back in college. Came in and scored double-digit touchdowns, over 10, and actually got hurt for a little bit with his toe, still came back and finished the season. Here's the more important things with this. The defense is legit, got a better quarterback. Ron Rivera, the coach, the one that got CMC started, he actually said that he is going to mold him just like CMC. You all saw how the preseason game started a couple weeks ago, last week, where, 8 of the first 10 plays involved him. So listen, Antonio Gibson, you better ask the Dallas fans how legit he is. He blitzed them for like 4 or 5 touchdowns in 2 games last year. Okay? All right. Yes, their defense sucked, but guess what? They got to play them again last time I checked because they're in the same division. So, Antonio Gibson got a nice defense to keep him on the field a lot, and I believe he'll pick up on those receptions as well. J.D. McKissick is just J.D. McKissick. All right. All right, let's go to number 2. Dalvin Cook. He had a reputation for being nice and glass. Played 2 seasons. Thing with Dalvin Cook, where he missed 2 games each of the past 2 seasons. Let me explain something to y'all. It's a difference between missing a game or 2 and missing a handful of games or more. Because there are only 2 running backs last year that actually played all 16 games. Dalvin Cook, everybody knows when he plays, he puts numbers up. Dalvin Cook don't give you 5, 6, 7s, and 8s. Okay? Monster numbers. He puts up numbers comparable to Derrick Henry. Okay? Next person we're going to, number 4. Jonathan Taylor. Man, I picked Jonathan. We're not going to talk about my pick, but I do want to make a video about my fantasy team, my championship team last year, just to show you how I orchestrated it. Jonathan Taylor. People, don't talk to me about Mac because the backhand awaits anybody that talks about Mac. Okay? Dude had an Achilles issue. We know that it's not his job anymore. He's not going to be himself, even though at that point in time he still wasn't. Well, he probably was a little bit better than Jonathan Taylor. But once he got hurt, that was a wrap. What you guys got to understand is you have to be predictive in fantasy football. You can't ride the wave like everybody else. Be predictive. So when you see before the industry sees the decline, you have to capitalize on the decline. Because once they're like this, everybody's capitalizing now. The wave is crested already. I'm here to help you capitalize on that. Help you identify them. Dr. Taylor, monster last year, he'll be a monster this year. Okay? Look at all the quarterback came back. Wentz is back. The offensive lineman is back. The one they were crying about saying was going to miss 9 weeks. Both of them back in practice. Okay? All these are scare tactics. Gosh, you'll scare so easy. Not my people, but the rest of them. The ones that aren't listening to me. The ones that aren't pressing subscribe and liking the videos and commenting and sharing. Okay? That's just a reminder that if you haven't done so, click like. Thank you very much. Let's keep it going. Man, I'm going to be totally honest. I'm going to make this disclaimer right now. A part of me wanted to keep him off the list. Okay? I'm saying this 11 minutes in so you all can know that right off the bat. So I wouldn't have to say this earlier. But I'm going to put Christian McCaffrey at 3. All right, I'm explaining to you why. Christian McCaffrey, I don't believe in the number one consensus BS. Okay? This is not about having what the experts tell you to have and take overall. You shouldn't do that. Listen to yourself. It's not about having the best player. I don't care who the best player was. It's about having the best team. And that's why I'm here to help you orchestrate that. You got 2 of the best players. You still could suck and not make the playoffs if you don't have a team, people. Okay? So I'm not going to let anybody tell me who I got to pick number 1. And nor should you. All right? Plus, he's coming off. He's an injury risk. He got fed a whole bunch of... When he had his banner season, he broke game 2. Okay? Downgraded quarterback. Darnold ain't nothing. I don't trust it. So, see him, 2 times in the past 7 years or 7 or 8 years that the consensus number 1 actually turned out to be number 1. And only once in the past 5 years. I showed you all that in an earlier video when I told you about the truth of the consensus number 1 overall pick. It's on my playlist. Go check it out. Or I can put it at the top of the comments if you want, if you like. All right. Let's go now to number 10. This is fresh off the presses, basically. James Robinson. Wow, yes, he's in the top 10. In the top 12 per se, so I am anticipating him being an RB1. Now, does that mean pick James Robinson? Or does that mean pick Montgomery in the first round? No, because Montgomery's going in the 3rd round. So guess what? If you can get him in the 3rd, get him in the 3rd. But if you got to reach a little bit, get him in the 2nd. But I'm just saying, if you can get him in the 3rd, that's definitely early 3rd, get him. Look at the ADPs and see where they're going. You got to see where your league mates and how their tendencies are to see where you can maximize the pick, okay? So, just because I'm saying they're a top 12 running back doesn't mean you have to pick them in the 1st round. Pick them as late as you can, all right? We'll talk more about that after my next pick, my selection, which is Derrick MFN Henry. Don't talk about my writing. Yes, I know I write like a girl. Got beautiful penmanship. Derrick Henry. Let me explain to you why I got Derrick Henry up here. Am I saying that he's going to score the most points? Possibly. But the reason why I got him is because people undervalue something I don't hear people talking about the industry. They undervalue December. They undervalue playoff time. Like, who's going to be toting that rock strong in December? Derrick Henry does that. Ask yourself, does he do it? Yes, the team is committed to him. Putting crowns on helmets and everything, leading to rushing titles. People trying to catch him. Dalvin Cook or whoever else. Jonathan Taylor may be trying to catch him. Hell, he might be trying to catch Jonathan Taylor. He's a monster right there. Then you add Julio over there. I don't care if Julio ain't going to be healthy the whole year. But guess what? Even if he's out there as a decoy and you got A.J. Brown, one less person in the box for him. Dude's rushed for 5 yards a season the last 2 seasons and 4.9 before that. Derrick Henry's a beast. I don't give a damn about your points scored. Your receptions ain't going to help you in the playoffs if you're playing against Derrick Henry. But if you have Derrick Henry, you will light them up with a freaking 35. Then what? Okay? All right. Now here we go at 11 and 12. Also, I'm going to give you an honorable mention, if I didn't mention that earlier. This is predictive. Okay? I have half my list, at least a decent amount of people, Montgomery, Dobbins, James Robinson, are currently in my top 12 that's not on the consensus. Experts' consensus. And these next two people here are going to apply to that sentiment. Far as being in a situation where they're going to be getting work in at week 1. But soon as that starter gets hurt, it's going to add to the value, add to the production that they already been given. Shoot them up to RB1 status. That first person is Trey Sermon. Okay? He's going to be the goal line back from the get-go. He'll have a boatload of carries. San Fran plays Detroit week 1. How often do you think they need to freaking be throwing the ball against Detroit? Not much. Look, I know Raheem Mostert is the starter. Yeah, but guess what? Raheem Mostert is not a bell cow. He's never had 200 rushes in the season, not even close, not even 160. As soon as his glass self gets hurt, mind you, yes, I'm a Niner, so I don't want to hear no crap about me homering because I don't homer up. Trey Sermon will take it, and he will go. He'd be crazy. And he's going to land in the top 12. Tell everybody about it. It's only one person that's seeing this. I don't want to hear about wide receiver 4s with upside. Sorry, running back 4s with upside. Or running back 3s with running back 1 potential. No, shut the F up. If you can't say he's going to be in the top freaking 12 running backs, stop trying to cover your asses. Because you're out here telling people to pick Austin Eckler and freaking, who else you don't see up here? You don't see Saquon Barkley. Of course you don't, because he's glass and he's not going to be in the top 12. The boy concerned about his health. And I'm not saying he shouldn't, but these people are still out here telling you should pick him as the 9th running back or 8th running back. All the way up to the 5th. He's glass. He don't want to play. He hasn't freaking... Don't pick these dudes. Don't pick these dudes that I have as reds. All these dudes are green for me except for CMC. And the only reason he isn't, he's a yellow. Remember my system? Green is a go. Yellow is, okay, I'm fine with the pick. If need be. And red is no. CMC was a yellow. If damn near was a freaking red, because I think he might glass out. Especially at the price you will pay for him at the 101, because everybody's listening to that. Okay. 99% of the people are going to have CMC first, because you let the industry strip away your freaking brain. I don't like when people listen to society and listen to freaking structure. Structure's wrong. The structure from the powers that be, basically. All right? I'm getting sideways. I'm getting pissed off because I'm pretty passionate about that. All right? So, I don't want to hear about what the industry says about what I need to do at number 1. Okay? F them. I am. You should be too. All right. Here you go. Number 12. I know you know guys might not be feeling this, but his name is Devonta Williams. Ricky, running back for Denver. We've seen the best of Melvin Gordon, okay? He'll get juice while Melvin Gordon's in the lineup. Melvin Gordon's own mom said he looks freaking terrible out there. He had the whole range last year. Melvin Gordon, he still ended up like running back 15. We've seen the best of him. He's not in San Diego no more. He's not catching on the passes for Phillip Rivers. He won't finish the season for sure. Damn near can bet my freaking right testicle on it. Okay? Devonta Williams. Now, am I saying pick Devonta Williams in the freaking first round, second round, or third round? No. He's currently going in the fifth round, sometimes sixth, depending on what type of league you're in. Okay? Or how advanced they are. But snatch this dude up. Okay? Don't be messing around those pedestrian running backs. In the middle rounds, we should be picking legit receivers. That's what I push here. Early running backs, first 3 rounds. Wide receiver, middle rounds, 4 through 6, 4 through 7. And then get a hitting a quarterback in there as well, in between 4 through 7. All right? And a legit quarterback. We'll talk about that in the next few days. Be pouring all this content out of y'all. Okay, now, let me grab something real quick. Let's talk real quick before we finish this out. You know who's not in this list? Alvin Kamara is not in this list. It's not in this list. You want to know why? Because I don't believe that Alvin Kamara can shoulder the workload of a team that doesn't have Drew Brees and Michael Thomas. I don't believe he'll finish the season. He'll miss a handful of games and will not land in the top 12. Hate to tell you all that, but guess what? Somebody's got to be the bearer of bad news. Saquon Barkley, not on the list. We just went over that, okay? No Saquon Barkley. We're not doing that with our first pick, people. That's reckless. We're here to win ships. Go against the grain a little bit. It's rewarding. Trust me. Zeke Elliott. I know. Who the hell does this guy not to have Zeke Elliott on the top 12? You want to know why? I really see Zeke Elliott around about this range, to be totally honest with you. But what's the use of stretching? I look at his productivity the last 3 years, and his yards per carry went down each one. You guys still think that this is Ezekiel Elliott going to be running the Brock 320 times, getting 15 touchdowns? We've seen the best. Ask yourself when they get down to have we seen the best of a running back? If his legit years are behind him, pass on him and get an upside play. Your team's never going to get fed if you don't freaking be aggressive. Have a safe pick. You got me snapping. Let me turn this freaking thing off. Okay, I'm back. And look, you made me mess up King Henry's name and stuff. I had to fix it. Look, I ain't going to apologize for being passionate. Anybody know me. I've been playing fantasy football for a long freaking time before the freaking century started. Okay? Now, I was playing in Okinawa, Japan in 1995. Was I saying I was great? Didn't know I was a damn novice. But through 5 years of fantasy football over, guess what? I know a thing or two about being predictive, going against the grain and being right. All right. I think we spoke on Austin Eckler. If we haven't, guess what? He's glass. Don't freaking draft him. Okay? I don't care how many receptions you get. He's glass, and it's not going to be what you think. Okay? You already have limited touchdown upside, and guess what? The Herbert over there, he's going to throw it down the field more. He's not going to be dumping it down like that. His numbers are going to take a hit. Austin Eckler won't be in the top 12. In my opinion, Joe Mixon, we've seen the best of Joe Mixon, the little bit that was, okay? If you've been waiting on Joe Mixon for they can say they stayed on that horse, but guess what? It's never going to freaking come, people. If it does come, it won't come on our watch because we'll have somebody better on our team than Joseph Mixon, okay? And I'm going to tell you one thing who wouldn't have been on my list but got glassed out was Cam Akers. Anybody that came up that talked about fantasy football, I said that Cam Akers wouldn't live up to expectation. Guess what? He glassed out. There's more glass to come. Now, my honorable mention. You know who else is up not on the list? Because I think he's been very touchdown dependent. Never had a problem with him. Never did anything wrong. He could make it up here, but he misses games. He missed 2 last year, I believe. Maybe 1, but I believe it was 2. No, it was 2. Let's see here. Even if it was 1, my honorable mention this right now is, put it down here, HM for honorable mention. Because if he hits, I want damn credit for it. Meaning if he's a top 12 running back. because of where he's going now. See, nobody else is going to tell you that. All right? And that is Mr. A.J. Dillon. Okay? Soon as, I'm going to tell you, if what's going to get hurt one time, if he gets hurt one time, A.J. Dillon's going to take over and never going to relinquish that job. A.J. Dillon is my honorable mention. Okay? Yes. So, meaning, obviously, if I feel that these people have potential to be in the top 12, Trey Sermon and Devonta Williams and A.J. Dillon, that means I see them as league winners. Okay? So, if it's about time for them to be getting picked in round 6, 7, 8, and they're still sitting out, you need to get those players in, because once they hit and you put them in your flex, they're better than any wide receiver you'll be able to put at your flex. Instead of picking freaking your 4th and 5th wide receiver, you need to be picking these guys, Trey Sermon, Devonta Williams, and A.J. Dillon. Okay? Or Michael Carter for the Jets. All right? Flawless Fantasy Football's top 12 running backs for 2000. Let me put this up here. 2021. You see it. Screenshot it. What you need to do? Huh? You want to screenshot it? There you go. Closer. There you go. All right? So there it is, people. We made it. We're going to do wide receivers tomorrow. Flawless Fantasy Football. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, you see the hat. Yeah, you see. That's running backs. Yeah, so I'm repping with the subject matter. Look at it. Check it out. Yeah, that thing fly. That hat nice. Don't worry about it. I ain't trying to sell you no merch. I ain't trying to sell you no draft kits. All this shit I'm giving you for free. All right? Let's do it, baby. Flawless Fantasy Football. Make it rain.